Ever feel like you're just drowning in data? Like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Tell me about it.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into VCF operations dashboards. And let me tell you, these dashboards, they can be your lifeline.
They really can. It's like having this powerful tool, VCF operations, right at your fingertips.
Exactly. But, and there's always a but, the real trick is, how do you make these dashboards actually work for you?
You got it. So many dashboards. Where do you even begin?
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We've got a ton of resources, tips, tricks.
Oh, yeah. We're going to help you build dashboards that aren't just pretty to look at. They're going to give you actual insights.
Actionable stuff, so you can see exactly what's going on in your environment.
That's the goal. It's not just about seeing the data. It's about understanding it.
One thing that really stood out to me in all this material was this idea of the why. Like, why are we even doing this?
It's crucial, right? Got to have a purpose.
Yeah, before you even start designing anything, you need to know what you're trying to achieve.
Exactly. Otherwise, you end up with these, well, they might look impressive, but they don't actually give you the information you need.
So it's all about focusing on the key metrics, the stuff that really matters.
Absolutely. The things that align with your specific goals, what are you actually trying to do?
Right. So let's say, you want to start your day, you sit down with your coffee, and you want a clear picture of, how healthy your environment is.
The big picture.
Yeah. And in the material we have, they talk about this power of 5. Focusing on just your top 5 most critical dashboards.
It's like, imagine you're a pilot, right? You step into that cockpit. You don't need to see every single gauge and dial.
You'd be overwhelmed.
Exactly. You just need the essential ones,
Right.
the ones that give you the status right away.
Okay, I'm starting to see the picture here. So it's about prioritization, right?
You got it. Picking the dashboards that give you the most important information and the stuff you can actually act on.
The actionable insights. So these top 5, what are we talking about?
We're talking about VM performance. Are there any security alerts? How are we using resources? Anything that needs immediate attention.
Gotcha. Now, how do we make those key things, like, really jump out at us? The sources mentioned using color, kind of like a traffic light system.
Oh, visual cues are so powerful, right? Imagine you glance at your dashboard, boom, you know exactly where you need to focus.
Green means all good. Red means uh-oh.
Exactly. It's all about making those dashboards intuitive, easy to understand at a glance.
I like that. So we've talked about, starting with a why, figuring out our top 5, and using color strategically. Let's get into some specific examples. The first one they talk about is the VM right-sizing dashboard. What's so special about that one?
Well, think of your virtual machines like engines, right? They're powering your applications. And this dashboard helps you make sure those engines are running efficiently.
So are they using too many resources or not enough?
Exactly. It shows you if your virtual machines are over-provisioned or under-provisioned. Helps you avoid wasting resources or running into performance issues.
So it's about finding that, that sweet spot, making sure each VM has just the right amount of resources.
You nailed it. And what's really cool is this dashboard goes even further. It actually tells you why it's making these recommendations.
Wow. So it's like having a mechanic who can tell you exactly what needs to be adjusted. That's impressive. Okay, so then there's the environment overview dashboard, which seems like, I don't know, mission control for your whole IT setup. What kind of info do we see there?
That's a great way to put it. Think of it as your central command center. Yeah, it gives you this real-time snapshot of everything that's going on.
So like how many hosts are there, how many VMs, that sort of thing.
Yep, all the inventory counts. And you can see the status of VMware tools installations across all your systems. Even stuff like, how healthy are your hosts.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of information all in one place.
Yeah.
And you mentioned edge sites earlier. For those who might not know, could you quickly explain what those are? Why are they important?
Sure. So basically, edge sites are like extensions of your main data center. Yeah. They're often located closer to your users or the devices out on the edge of the network. Like think of retail store or branch offices or even those remote sensors collecting data.
I see. So it's all about getting the data processed faster.
Exactly. Less delay. And that's really important for certain applications like real-time analytics or if you're managing a bunch of IoT devices.
So by keeping an eye on those edge sites, along with everything else, you're getting a really complete view of what's going on. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
You know what else I thought was really interesting? The material mentions that this dashboard can even show you the weather at your data center locations. Why is that important?
I know, it sounds a little strange at first, right?
It does.
But think about it. Bad weather can cause a lot of problems for data centers. Power outages, cooling systems failing, even physical damage to the buildings.
Oh, right.
By adding weather data into your dashboard, you're basically adding a layer of proactive risk management. You can see a storm coming, literally, and take steps to prevent problems before they happen.
It's like having a built-in early warning system. That's really smart. So we've got VM right-sizing, environment overview, and I can see we're just getting started. They talk about all sorts of specialized dashboards in these resources. Security advisories, CPU core counts, dashboards specifically for those edge sites we talked about. It seems like there's a dashboard for everything.
There really is. And each one has a specific purpose, drilling down into these really important aspects of your environment.
So like the security advisories dashboard, that helps you stay ahead of any potential vulnerabilities.
Exactly. It pulls information from a bunch of different sources, like VMware's security advisory database, and it alerts you to any potential threats. Gives you advice on how to fix them, too.
So it's like having a security expert watching over your shoulder constantly. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And the CPU core counts dashboard, what insights does that one offer?
That one's really useful for managing your licensing costs. VMware licensing, a lot of times it's tied to how many CPU cores you're using. This dashboard shows you exactly how many cores you're using across your entire environment.
So you can avoid overspending, make sure you're getting the most out of your licenses?
Exactly. It's like having a financial advisor for your virtual infrastructure.
Nice. Now, they also talk about this idea of mobile-first design for VCF operations dashboards. Why is that so important?
Well, let's be real. IT professionals are always on the go these days, right? They need access to this critical information wherever they are, whenever they need it.
So it's not just about being able to see it on your computer at your desk. You got to be able to check it on your phone, on your tablet.
Absolutely. And not just see it, but it needs to be easy to use on those smaller screens. That's what mobile-first design is all about.
So you can, I don't know, monitor your environment from a coffee shop or even, from the couch.
Exactly. It's about having that flexibility, staying connected no matter where you are. One more thing I found really interesting was this trick they mention about using the text display widget to show the status of external SaaS services. Can you explain how that works? Why is that useful?
Yeah, a lot of those SaaS providers, they have websites that show you the real-time status of their services. And you can actually embed those websites right into your VCF operations dashboard using the text display widget.
Oh, cool.
So it's like you're not just monitoring your own infrastructure, you're also monitoring those external services that you depend on.
It's all connected. So we're talking about a single view that shows you everything that's going on. Pretty impressive stuff.
It is. And the best part is these dashboards are super customizable.
Yeah.
You can take all these templates and examples and really make them your own.
Tweak them to fit your specific needs.
Exactly. You can combine different elements, change the metrics you're tracking, even the colors, whatever you need to make it perfect for your environment. It's like, those build your own burger places. You get to choose all the toppings you want.
I like that analogy. You're building the perfect dashboard for your IT needs.
And it seems like this level of customization, it really lets you tell a story with your dashboards.
Yeah.
You're not just presenting data, you're creating a narrative about how your systems are doing.
That's a great way to put it. It's like you're an architect, You're carefully selecting the materials, the layout, everything.
Yeah, and the best dashboards are the ones that draw you in, they tell a story, they give you that aha moment.
It's about turning raw data into something meaningful, something that helps you make better decisions.
And it's not just about, being functional, right? There's an art to designing these dashboards, too. You can use visuals, colors, even interactive features, make them engaging as well as informative.
Oh, definitely. Well-designed dashboards, they can be beautiful. They can actually make monitoring your systems a more enjoyable experience.
Who would have thought? Monitoring could be enjoyable. Just imagine the possibilities, right? You could have dashboards that track the progress of your cloud migration, dashboards that show you how your critical applications are performing in real time. Dashboards that tell the story of how your IT infrastructure has evolved over time.
I love that. It's true. The possibilities are endless. It all comes down to understanding your goals, knowing what metrics are important, and then crafting a narrative that brings those insights to life.
Well said. So for our listener out there who's now full of ideas and ready to create their own dashboard masterpiece, what's the key takeaway you'd like them to remember?
I'd say start by asking yourself this question. What information do I absolutely need to see first thing in the morning? What will help me make the best decisions? What will help me anticipate problems? What will help me optimize my entire IT environment? Once you know the answer to those questions, you can start building dashboards that are more than just tools. They become your trusted advisors.
I love that. They become your advisors, guiding you on your IT journey. That's a powerful way to think about it. It's not just about monitoring, it's about empowering yourself.
Exactly. So embrace the power of these VCF operations dashboards. Experiment, explore, don't be afraid to get creative.
Find those aha moments. Well, this has been an awesome deep dive, really exploring the art and science of dashboard creation. I got to say, I'm feeling pretty inspired to go back and revamp my own dashboards. What about you?
Me too. And remember, this is just the beginning. As your needs change, your dashboards should change too. Always be refining your approach. Always be looking for those new insights.
To our listener, we encourage you to dive in, have fun, experiment, unleash your inner data storyteller, and turn those dashboards from just monitors into something truly amazing.
Until next time, happy dashboard.